Hi guys, another little 20-minute video for you. We're going to look at some of the classical Pilates exercises and incorporating quite a lot of the glutes as well. Okay, so I want you to start off at the edge of your mat. Okay, I want you to stand nice and tall. You might want to do a couple of pelvic tilts. Okay, just to get that core engagement. Okay, zip up. Take the arms up, take a nice big breath in, and then as the arms come down past your eye line, okay, start coming down into your roll down. So start peeling down. All right, we'll take a moment at the bottom. Make sure you can still feel your stomach muscles. So sometimes people let it go here. So still feel the stomach muscles pulling in, and we're rolling up. Okay, once the shoulders are back, reset, take the arms back up again. So once the arms go down past eye line, start coming down into your roll downs. Scoop in the muscle. Okay, and roll it up. We'll do one more of those. Okay, so you're moving nice and slowly. Exhale, start scooping as you fold down. Incidentally, if that pulls your back, then please just soften your knees. Okay, I want you to come into your 4-point kneeling, so just walk it out. Place the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Okay, and then just work through your cat and your cows. Scooping the belly in, just like you did on that roll down. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just give the glutes a little stretch. Okay, so I want you to just sit back in that child's pose, reach out in front of you, and just rock side to side into the hips. Okay, so if that feels tight, make sure you get the rocks in. It does help, okay? You're also pushing down and pulling the arms back. So there's a little bit of activation around the shoulders I want you to feel. Okay, and then come back out to your 4-point kneeling. Okay, so just slide one leg back. The other leg's going to join it. So you're in your plank. Now, if that feels too much, you can always get your knees onto the floor. Either way, lower yourself down to the floor. Try and come down in one piece. Okay, so you just get comfortable here. All right, so I want you to lift up your right leg. When you lift it up, squeeze into your glutes, and at the same time, try and press your left hip down as well. So as you lift, you don't want to roll as you're lifting, so try not to lean. So as you lift, press your left leg into the floor as well, and lower. Lift, lower. Okay, so your left leg, even though we're working the right, your left leg hasn't gone to sleep through this. You're still working on pushing that left leg down into the floor. And I want you to just feel that squeeze in, especially in your bum. A little bit in the back of the legs. Okay, now what you want to ideally feel is the glute firing here before the hamstring does. Okay, so if you just focus on your bum. Okay, we'll just do a few more. Nice long leg. So I don't want you to just bend the leg. All right, and not bend in, we're lifting the whole leg. Okay, and relax. Okay, now you might feel that you're holding tension in your lower back. That's only because you've got from your glutes. Your glutes kind of merge into what's called your lumbar fascia here. So that lower back, but you won't move in the vertebrae themselves. So just relax, just release, have a little bit of a swish, and then we'll go to the other side. So your left leg lifts, but your right leg is anchoring you down. Okay. I don't want you to pull into your back at all. Okay, now we're just working on keeping that that leg nice and straight. Don't bend at the knee. Okay. Keep the abs pulled in. Just keep checking. Just keep checking your alignment. Keep checking, making sure you're not holding your breath. Okay. Couple more. And release. Okay, so again, just swish into your hips. Release any tension you might have been holding. And then bend your legs. Now you can bend your legs. Okay, I want you to squeeze your heels together, but fan the toes out. And I want you to engage your core. So just squeeze your bum, tense your bum. Okay, try not to do it from a relaxed bum. So we want to squeeze the bum. That's going to help protect your lower back. So just tighten up the buttocks and then lift the legs up, down, up, down. Okay, good. And again, it's not a massive movement. It's very controlled. Okay, so your butt is firing up and you're trying to lift the knees up. You're trying to lift the legs high up to the ceiling. We'll go for another 3, 2, 1. Okay, take it down and again, just relax and release any tension that you might be feeling in that lower back. Okay, now we're going to roll onto our side. Okay, well, get comfortable, get your cushion if you need to. Okay, so all the cushion does is make sure that our neck is not sort of like, you know, just think about the alignment. All right, I want you to pull your knees up and then we lift the ribs. So the ribs do not want to be touching the floor. We want to lift, so I don't know if you can see, but anyway, I've got a gap here and we want to keep that gap. The moment we lose the gap, we lose that muscle connection. Okay, so just pull it, feel everything kind of just tighten around that middle again. Hold it, and then we'll lift that knee up and down. Okay, so this is your oyster. So when we do the oyster, I want you to think that there's a wall behind you, okay, and you're not rolling into the wall. So I have that. I can really feel that. It was very cold and horrible. So you don't want to roll. I often see people rolling kind of back. Do not allow that to happen. Okay, so we're just taking the knee up, taking it down. So we're using the muscles. So under the glutes, okay, you've got 6 hip rotator muscles. So we're kind of getting into those a little bit. Check in. I've got to remind myself as well. Keep checking that you've got that little gap. Okay, now I'm not even counting. Sorry, I'm just doing enough here that I can feel that burn. Okay, because I want to get to that point where it's uncomfortable. All right, so you could do a few more, or you might already be at that point. I don't know. So let's just say we've got 2 to go. Okay. So now I can start feeling a bit. I want to just float that leg up. So it's literally just hovering over the other leg. Okay, so that means all these muscles are having to work just to hold. They're just isolate. They're just not doing anything. Okay, now extend that leg and then bring it back. So extend that leg and bring it back. Okay, good. So now now things are starting to cook. Okay, I can feel some burning going on. I like that. Sorry. That's when you know things are really working though. So it's quite a good feeling if you can get your head wrapped around that. Okay, now just keep that leg extended and lift it up, take it down, up, down. Okay, check that you're still lifted. You can still get your hand under your ribs. Up and down. Shoulders are back. Everything's nice and stacked. Okay, now we're just going to hold it up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. We'll do a little bit of circling around. Okay, just keep it small because I don't want you to rock all over the place. Okay, we'll change direction for 6 and then we're done. 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay, so you might want to just give it a little bit of a rub. So again, you want to get to that point when it's burning. Okay, that's where you want to take it. So push yourself up. Okay, while we're here, we're just going to do a few mermaids. So with the mermaids, you can have your legs more like this if it's more comfortable for you. You could have your legs open a little bit wider, or if that's really too much, remember you can have your legs out in front of you. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to stay where I am. Okay, I want you to check that your pelvis is nice and level. And then we just do a few mermaids. Okay, so everything sweeps over to the side. All right, we're not reaching forward, we're not rotating, we're not twisting. Everything just goes to the side there. Okay, we're coming to the other side now. So, swing your legs round. Take a little cushion. Bring it all round. Okay, so the most important thing really is set yourself up. Okay, so before you get into exercises, make sure that your alignment's where it needs to be. Otherwise, you're going to be working the incorrect muscle groups straight away. So, your shoulders stacked over the bottom shoulder, your hips are stacked. You want to find your lift. Everything's pulled in. And the spine is lengthened. You don't want to be, you're not in a fetal position, okay? You're not going to sleep. So lengthen the spine. Engage the core. Once we've got that, just take it up and down. Okay, and remember, you're going to be just doing enough that you feel it. So we're looking for that heat. We're looking for that muscle to start fatiguing, really. Okay, now just be careful when that happens, everything else could switch off. So we might start relaxing through the ribs. Okay, so keep the lift. Keep that pull in, that TBA. Okay, now I'm sure I haven't done as many on this side as I did the other side, but I'm already starting to feel that burn. Okay, so we'll just do 2 more. Okay, and I just want you to float it up. That's it, just float. Just hover that leg over that bottom leg. Check that you're still lifted and engaged. Okay, all I need you to do now is extend the leg. Okay, now when you bend the leg, don't round the back. So if you want to, you could flatten your hand into that back. When you pull it in, you're not pulling the knee in too much to the chest because then you will start flexing through your lower back. Okay, so just bring it in about hip height and that's all you need to do. So then my hand is just making sure that I don't pull into my lower back. All right, we'll do one more and keep that leg long. Okay, I want you to lift it up, take it down, lift it up, take it down. I'm just gonna check. Yep, happy with that. Oh, take it down, take it down. Okay, now we're gonna hold it up. Stomach kicks. All right, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the other way. When you're going the other way, make sure you're not rocking. Okay, just try. The only thing that's moving really is this circular movement in the hip. Okay, and you're done, so we can take it down. Right, you might want to give it a little rub. We're going to push ourselves up. Okay, so get to a position where you feel like you could go successfully into your mermaid. So obviously if your hips are not liking this, you'll probably find that you might slouch into it, you might be twisted, one hip might be pushing forward, your whole pelvis might be off. So just adjust that accordingly. Once you're there, sit up nice and tall, and we're just going to go over to the side. Okay, good. And release it. All right, so we're going to come down. Just going to, so either tuck your tailbone. So what I'll do is I'll come down tucking the tailbone. If your back's bad, use your hands to sort of like lower yourself down. So tuck in the tailbone and kind of resist coming down, if you like, you know, slow. Just go slowly. And then you're down. Okay? So it's everything. We're not in a rush when we do Pilates. It's sometimes nicer just to move slow because then you can really feel what's going on. Okay, now, ideally your feet come in a little closer. Yeah, hip width apart. We're going to peel ourselves. So go pushing your lower back down. Start peeling yourselves up. And you want to push the hips up nice and high. So you're looking for a line from your knees down to your shoulders. Okay, and then come down, peeling. Going up again. Okay, we want to be making sure that we're switching the glutes on. So when you're up, your butt should be really fired, okay? And come on down. Okay, now another thing you need to just watch when you're doing this is that you're not pushing up because you're flaring like that. I mean, that's just me pushing through my lower back. I feel like that's actually quite uncomfortable, okay? So when you come up, you still want to feel that your stomach muscles are knitted together, okay? So that would be a nice line and that would be a horrible line, okay? It's like I'm pushing my stomach up. Okay, now we'll go up and we're going to stay there. So your pelvic floor, tibia, everything's nice and tight. You can feel your bum. So just pulse that. Just pulse, keep squeezing into your butt. Okay, good. Just keep squeezing, squeezing, not pushing through your back or anything like that. Got no pressure on your neck either. We'll do another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. And then you can hug your knees. So that puts your glutes on stretch again, which feels quite nice. Okay, and then relax and come back down. Okay, so again, think about your alignment. Your feet and knees are no wider than your hip bones. So just feel around for your hip bones. You want to check that alignment. Okay, now this time we're going to go up. Stay. I want you to lift your right leg up. So you can just keep the leg bent, okay? And then just lower. So it's like you're doing a toe tap. Okay, keep pushing onto that left side. Couple more. Don't move the knee. All the movement's coming from the hip. Okay, and then you can take it down. Okay, so for those who don't know, a toe tap really is when you're not doing this with the knee. Okay, it's the hip. It's the hip that's doing the lowering and the lifting. So we'll go into the other side. So peel yourself up. Feel how the glutes are working, stomach muscles doing good. Everything's just kind of snug. Okay, the left leg's going to come up. So the knee's already bent. It can just stay bent. And you're lowering and lifting from the hip. Incidentally, when you're doing this, your hips are level. Okay? Try not to drop your hip. Just keep the hips nice and level. 2 more. And you can release all that. Okay, you can go back to hugging your knees in. Have a little rock on that back. Okay. So when you come up, you can either roll onto your side or you can rock up. So just be sensible. So if your back's fine, you got no issues, just roll it up. Okay, I'm going to swing myself around. Okay, so you can either cross your legs or long frog, whatever you feel good with. Okay, just find a little bit of length. Okay, so no slouching, lift. Enough you can feel everything just hug in again. Okay, and we'll come into a little twist. So that twist, don't worry about your neck. Think about the bottom ribs. So melt into the bottom ribs and then kind of work upwards. Okay, and then we'll come over to the other side. Please, 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 please make sure that if you're going into a twist, that you start with a nice lengthened spine. Do not go into it all slouched. So check your alignment before you go into it. Okay, and then bring it all back. Okay, you can just do a few seated cat and cows. All right, that's one more. And release. Okay, so there you go. So it's another little video for you. Looking quite a lot of glutes. So you could always put this back to back with some of the other ones or just pick it and just do it whenever you want. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it was useful and you get something from it. Okay, so thank you very much.